God morgen, god ettermiddag, god kveld, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome. And I'm rather Andre Palerasco.
I'm Judicel Palerasco,
And I'm Calvin Derek Palerasco.
and welcome to INCRadio
Radio
Northern
Northern
Europe
Europe
Satellite
Satellite Studio.
Studio. So we have a very exciting topic tonight for our broadcast. Last week we held a Unity Games Norway edition, and it was a very fun activity, don't you believe?
Yes, and it's so memorable. Now, it was
Yes.
just last week, but I still remember it as if it was yesterday.
Yes. And of course, we had various congregations that joined us, and some of them are here with us tonight.
Yeah, so first off, we have Brianna with us. Hello.
Hi everyone, I'm Brianna Sophie Ignacio from the local congregation of Stavanger. Thank you for having me today.
And I'm Lysandra Castro from the Congregation of Mjøndalen, Norway. I hold my duties in the District Multimedia, District Kadiwa, and the Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm Kevin Westgard from Mjøndalen Group Worship Service here in Norway. I have the blessing of serving as group overseer and as a teacher in the children's worship service. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David Estoy. I'm a choir trainee, also a CWS president in Oslo East, and I also hold the duty as the district Binhi president for Northern Europe. Thank you for having me.
And yes, thank you so much to all our guests, the panelists, for joining us for our topic discussion. But we want to remind all the viewers and listeners, especially those who are active in the live chat, you may participate and you may please do so, especially to those who participated in the Unity Games that we held in Norway. And we will also make sure to read those comments specifically. So join us in our discussion, and we'll have so much fun. And I'm so excited for tonight. And by the way, just for reference, tonight here in Norway, in the District of Northern Europe, it is Sunday, the 2nd of March. It is currently 8:04 p.m. Central European Time. For those in the Philippines, hello to our tech in the Philippines helping us out. It is already Monday, March 3 at 3:04 a.m. Philippine time. So very, very early. Good morning to you, Kuya Pong and Kuya Irene. So thank you so much for joining us. And again, our topic is Unity Games.
Norway
Norway
edition. Okay, so I believe we will be showing our Unity Games recap video about now. Kuya Tech, if you could play the video.
So our Norway UG recap.
Yes. There you go. So this is Oslo East, and then this is the GWS
Then Stavanger
in
as
red.
well.
Yes.
And
And
on the
of
back,
course,
there's Team Oslo.
Oslo. So here are all the congregations and all the brethren that joined us on that day, and it was such a fun, friendly sports competition, wasn't it?
Yeah. And here you can see me and my brother.
Shout out the brother, you.
Shout out to you.
You won. Okay, and here is
We're
the
so
oath
focused.
taking that all the participants had to do, and also the CWS and the Binhi also did a cheer chant
Yeah.
for their teams. And
And
We
here you
were
can see we're warming up
warming
before we
up.
start the competition, friendly competition.
Yes, so everyone joins in this warm up because it's very important for all the players to be warm in order to not get any injuries on that day. And we also had CWS games, so the
Yeah, they played football. You
yes,
can see there, and we also had chess. Yeah.
and all the CFO organizations joined, and there's also badminton that is happening, and also many congregations were able to join us on that day, even though some of them lived very far. They were still able to travel many miles, many hours just to be there and unite with one another. And we also had the exciting basketball that everyone was so excited about.
There's volleyball, also one of
And
my favorite
volleyball.
events.
Me too.
And earlier we saw a clip of badminton, right? So
Yeah.
that's also one of my favorite. And I know we saw some familiar face there. I think that was Kevin. Yeah, right. So shout out to you, Kevin. He'll talk about his experience later. Um,
And now this is the awarding, where many of our players received trophies and a lot of medals.
and yeah, so I'm sure there's lots of experiences to share with the brethren, Lysandra, David, Brianna. Uh, so much message that I want to hear, and Kevin as well. Kevin, speaking of messages, I think there's a message for you right now. So you might want to check that message. So you check your message. Perhaps there's a there's a message from your wife. So shout out. So just check your message right now before I call on you. But yeah, let's go right ahead. Let's share some of our experiences. And again, Team Live Chat, we're also looking at you closely. We're monitoring. So for those in Norway and those who participated in the Unity Games here in Norway, please make sure to type in your experience. Actually, that's our first question, right? So, like, what event or sport did you participate in during the Unity Games, right? So, we want to ask all our guests, but of course, Judy, perhaps you want to share your experience first.
Okay, so as a multimedia, I performed as multimedia on that day with Lysandra actually and her sister Phoebe, and of course Derek and Andre. And it was very fun to see all the sports happening. But I really enjoyed basketball and volleyball because they were so good. It was very exciting to watch. What about yours? What was yours, Derek?
Well, I mostly played basketball, so I really enjoyed playing basketball. It was really competitive, especially yeah, it was competitive, but it was a really friendly competition between the
Yes.
brethren. So at the end of each game, we made sure that we greet each other. Good job, good game. So it was basically encouraging each other. Okay, everyone did a good job playing. So
Yeah,
And you, Andre?
yeah, it was also basketball for me. I had the honor of being Derek's teammate, and shout out to all our other teammates, especially in basketball.
mhm.
I did play one set of volleyball, but also I had the beautiful opportunity to uh, be the multimedia, one of the multimedia officers there. So I was one of those who took pictures and took videos and really put into camera what the brethren were experiencing. So
Oh, and I also want to shout out July, who also performed multimedia with us.
yes, and we also have many more brethren, and actually, one of them will also share experience with us because a guest here is also in the multimedia. But I want to ask Brianna. Brianna, what were the events that you participated in the Unity Games or sports event?
Event or sport that I participated during the Unity Games is the volleyball games.
Right, so volleyball, yes, and that's actually like a new, it's a newer sport that we you as well, right, Derek? We
Yeah,
kind of just learned recently.
yeah, recently.
We've always seen them play, but I feel like last year, the end of last year, that's when we really uh, got a interest
Yeah.
in volleyball. And I saw you play, and like especially those shout out to Stavanger and the
Mm.
group worship services there. You guys were such a great team.
Mhm.
Very,
So shout
very
out to
good.
you. How
Yes.
long have you been playing volleyball, Brianna?
I've been playing for almost 6, 7 years since
Wow.
I started in 5th grade.
Wow, so that
That
explains it.
explains it.
Yes. Brianna was so good during volleyball. That's why I enjoyed watching it. And also Angela, she was so good. Together. They were like what you call it? Dream team.
Dream teams, the
Of
dynamic duo.
course, yeah, dynamic duo with all the other participants as well. One was good, to be honest. Okay, what about Lysandra? Um, what event or sport did you participate during the Unity Games, or did you enjoy? Because I know you were in multimedia with me.
I didn't play any sport, but as Judy said, I was in the multimedia, and it was very fun to perform with you, Judy, for the first time.
Thank you. I know. I also enjoyed performing with you and your sister, and of course, July, who I haven't met actually, in person. So it was very fun to finally be with all of you to perform our duties together. Yeah.
Yeah, and also want to ask David. How about David?
Mm.
How was it? What were the activities or sport events you participated in?
In the Unity Games, also had the privilege and honor to play with Derek and Andre. Actually, was their teammates. So yeah, and basketball was the only game I played as the team sport. And in this, actually, I was able to improve my communication skills and teamwork abilities. And yeah, I also played one individual sport, which was table tennis, which was in general really fun to play, and it was able to also help me with my eye coordination. Overall, I enjoyed playing both of the sports.
Yeah, but now, David, this is also a bit unique opportunity for you, right? Well, I don't want to spoil the viewers and listeners, but you can tell them yourself. Because my next question is like, how did you prepare for this activity? Because aside from being like a sportsman, a competitor, you also had other roles, right? So how did you prepare for this activity? And you may share what other roles that you had for this activity.
I had the really good blessing in being a part of the organizing team. And in the organizing team, we had to prepare the activity in general. So it can be, for example, the venue preparations, also the preparations for the different games that we would play. And at the same time, too, we had many coordination meetings where we were able to discuss and have a dialogue on what has to be done and prepared for the Unity Games here in Norway.
Yes, so you are part of the ones that organized as well the Unity Games. So that was a such a privilege, isn't it, brother David? Yeah. And did you also enjoy being part of that?
Yes, it was really memorable for me and a really great experience as I also learned many lessons. And all the more, it was really fun to prepare for such a big activity.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, David, you mentioned we play basketball, right? Together. So I was wondering, how did you prepare for playing basketball? Because playing basketball alone and with team members, right, is both different. How did you prepare for playing with others?
Of course, playing basketball in general is a really competitive and really heavy sport to play in as it requires us to move a lot
Mm.
and to have a great physical health. In this, to be able to prepare for this, I made sure that I was physically healthy. By means, I did some workouts and made sure that my diet was healthy and not unhealthy, so that I would be able to be as prepared as possible for playing basketball and also table tennis.
Yeah, actually, Judy, same for me. My wife, she saw how much I prepared for this Unity Games.
Yes.
I try to work out on a consistent basis. I try once a week, but
Yeah.
since we have Unity Games activities such as this, it really motivates me to stick to a routine. So that's why I love attending this kinds of activities in the church, because I feel like it motivates me to eat healthy and to have a proper routine in working out.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I actually did the same, David. I tried. So it's the first time I probably did jump ropes consistently in a span of 3 weeks.
Yeah. Very good,
Mm.
Derek. Okay, let's go back to Brianna. How did you prepare for this activity?
Unity Games, first and foremost, for having my prayers with me, since I prayed that everyone would enjoy the game and play safely and no injuries. And I also prayed before traveling with some brethren in the local. And because of that prayers that I've done, I've mentally prepared for the activity, since it's my first time joining also the Unity Games. And I went to volleyball trainings, and of course the things, for example, clothes, jerseys that I need, shoes for volleyball game, so I won't miss out the fun games. And also, I prepared with Angela our dance and cheer um, as part of our cheer that day.
Yes. Yes, I totally agree with, of course, prayer comes first. And of course, you need to prepare your body and your mind, but praying will also help you, and God will help you through all the sports so you won't have any injuries, and it will be a great day for you. Don't you believe?
Yeah. So you mentioned as well that this is the first Unity Games that you attended to as a brother. Is that correct?
Yes.
So yeah. What was the things that you looked forward to attending the activity?
I was looking forward to experience the Unity Games and also meet brethren from different locals and GWS. And also, I really wanted and was hoping, like during my Bible studies, I was hoping that I could join after those Bible studies, that I could join the Unity Games and other activities in the church.
Yes, it's so nice to hear that from you. So we also really enjoyed meeting the other
Yeah,
brethren,
for
but of
sure.
course for you, because Norway is such a it's quite a big country, and there's a lot
It is.
and there's lots of
We're quite spread out.
congregations.
Yeah.
Yes, very spread out, and some have to travel miles away, a few hours away. So
But that
it's
for me, that's what makes it really exciting.
yeah,
Since even though we're really
far
far
from
from each other, like we're talking about 700 kilometers apart from each other, the fact that the brethren are willing to travel so far and so long just to meet each other and to have a friendly competition, that's what makes it exciting for me.
And that's what matters the most, how strong the brethren's faith are. They want to bond with each other
Mhm.
through these activities and to continue to strengthen one another.
Oh.
And let's go to Lysandra. And how did you how did you prepare for this activity?
Like what Brianna said, I participated, or I had a week long devotional prayer with the other brethren in Norway. And also, I participated in the meetings and planning on how uh, the event or the Unity Games um, will go, and how every committees should work together to make the Unity game successful, and also being mentally positive.
Yes, Unity Games takes a lot of preparation, personally and also spiritually. So, in order to have successful activities, of course, we always have to ask God for help, and we always have to put Him first in order for our activities to be a success. So, I totally agree with that, Lysandra. So, let's go back to let's go
Brother
to David.
David.
David, what's your favorite moment from the Unity Games here in Norway?
My favorite moment from the Unity Games here in Norway was seeing all the brethren in unity, as it was called Unity Games after all, right? Seeing all the smiles and joy that the brethren had touched me emotionally in my heart. How this activity really brought us closer to God and guided us to remain in strong unity with the brethren.
Yes,
Yeah, just like
actually, you
just
go
like
first.
in every activity in the church, um, seeing the unity of the brethren in every activity that we have is really inspiring for me as well. Just like you, David. So,
And being part of multimedia, actually, we are able to capture the
oh
smiles
yeah,
and the laughs and the
oh yeah.
excitement of the brethren, which was I love seeing the brethren have fun and are excited about the activities that we're having, and also seeing the love of the brotherhood is always such a blessing in
Yeah,
these
even though it's a
activities.
competition,
Even though it's a
technically it's a
competition,
competition.
of course, yes, you would want to win, but
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I want to win.
yes,
But
but
at the end of the day, the essence of our activity is
yeah,
to promote the unity in the church, right? And to have
yes.
fun with the brethren, and to have this bond in the church in with each other that helps us in performing our duties. So yeah, it's really inspiring.
Yes, it is very inspiring. And also what's the difference about of course our activities inside the church is we always feel the love of the brotherhood from everyone, even though it is a friendly competition. Everyone wants to win, but what matters most is that we're having fun with one another and we're always strengthening each other's faith. Okay,
Should read some comments.
yes, we should read some comments. You start.
Okay, from Annabelle Andrada Fajanel or Fayanel. Kita-kits po ulit sa next Unity Games, #ChristianSon. And from Randy Salvo, my experience in our Unity game was a very fun and memorable, especially the volleyball. Okay, another
Yes.
fan of volleyball sport. So from Vanessa Zamora, good evening po mga kapatid. It was a very nice experience po. #stored. From Tessa Nugget, I participated in the badminton games. Hi to my ates who I played with. How about
Hi
you?
to them. Okay, and I've got Phoebe, which is Lysandra's sister. UG Norway, Unity Games Norway was very fun. Every team was so good. Yes, I completely agree. And so after reading these comments, we can go to Let's Learn Norwegian. But I won't be saying any Norwegian right now. Because Andre is the one who did the video. So Kuyatek, if you could please play the Let's Learn Norwegian
Translation.
translation segment.
God morgen, god ettermiddag, god kveld, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to Let's Learn Norwegian. Our topic for tonight's show is Unity Games Norway Edition. With that, we'll be translating some common words related to the Unity Games. Let's go. Let's go. Our first word is unity. What is unity in Norwegian? Well, unity in Norwegian is fellesskap. Fellesskap. Next up, sportsmanship. In Norwegian, that is sportsånd. Sportsånd. Of course, in the Unity Games, there's also competition. What's that in Norwegian? Competition is konkurranse. konkurranse. Of course, for the team sport events, we need to have a good teamwork. What's teamwork in Norwegian? Well, in Norwegian, that is lagarbeid. Lagarbeid. In the Unity Games, you'll experience the love for the brotherhood. What's brotherhood in Norwegian? In Norwegian, that is brorskap. Brorskap. There's also camaraderie. What's camaraderie in Norwegian? That is kameratskap. Kameratskap. With the Unity Games, you'll strengthen and you'll also gain new friendships. What is friendship in Norwegian? That is vennskap. Vennskap. Of course, in the Unity Games, we want to support our team. What's support in Norwegian? In Norwegian, support is støtte. Støtte. Our next word is encouragement. Encouragement in Norwegian is oppmuntring. Oppmuntring. Our last word for today is victory. Victory in Norwegian is seier. Seier. Those are the words for today. We'll see you again in Let's Learn Norwegian. Vi ses neste gang. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to INCRadio Northern Europe Satellite Studio.
Yes, I'm back.
Jay is back. Okay. We wanted to ask more questions. You can go, Andre. You can ask questions.
Well, I want to ask actually you, the hosts, because I was gone. So yeah, um, how how did you feel about the Unity Games, like participating? Because I know we've shared some experience from the guests, and you've also read the comments from the team live chat. Team live chat, you may continue commenting. We will try our best to read them as well. But I want to hear from you, Judy, because we also shared similar role. We also took some photos, and how was it like seeing the brethren participate, just having fun?
So for me, I loved it when, of course, you can see the bond, and it's a great time to take photos when you see, love of the brotherhood happening, the strong bonds that people are making, the people that you haven't seen before, you've seen, and you bonded with, and a lot of smiles and a lot of excitement happening, and everyone like supporting one another, not just their local congregations, but everyone, all the congregations, everyone was supporting one another. So I really love that.
Yeah, same for
Thank
me
you.
as well. You know that feeling when you're having so much fun that you don't want to eat? Even though the
You're
food
too
there was
excited.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I felt that.
Yeah, I can relate because like
Yeah, I just wanted to keep playing with the brethren and to just, compete,
You didn't want the activity to end.
basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Same. But of course, we all get sleepy. We needed to go.
Yeah, we needed to go eat in the end.
Yeah.
That's also
Yeah.
important. But shout out to all the brethren who
Who prepared.
prepared the food.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
amazing.
It's good.
And like after taking the first bite, I didn't realize that I was super hungry na pala. 'Cause, yeah, I was having so much
Yeah.
fun with the activity,
Yeah.
and then so it's like Derek said, I forgot to eat, and I forgot that I was actually hungry.
Yeah.
So shout out to brethren there in the food committee who prepared those wonderful, delicious meals.
Yes. Shout out to you. Thank you for the food.
One of the best moments.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
There and now that you mention it, because again we had so many brethren across different parts of different parts of Norway, right? And we actually have Kevin with us as well. So Kevin, thank you so much that you were able to make it. And I also want to ask you, We saw it in the video, but perhaps some people missed it. What were the activities that you participated in the Unity Games?
Thank you again for having me. I feel honored to be here and to share my experience during the Unity Games. Yeah, I participated in volleyball and badminton. It was an exciting and an unforgettable experience because I had the opportunity to compete while also meeting and bonding with the brethren from different places here in Norway. Uh, what made it even more special was the fact that this wasn't just about sports, it was about strengthening the love of the brotherhood. And it was inspiring to see so many brethren coming together, supporting one another, and enjoying the event with so much enthusiasm. So whether we won or lost, the most important thing was the spirit of unity that we all shared that very moment. Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree. It's the unity that what matters the most. But of course, you're enjoying yourselves, and you're always thinking about one another, and how you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as you said, the love for the brotherhood, like that unity, it's so nice because I consider myself a very competitive person, but yeah, with that, we participated. Like I didn't feel that same competitiveness because I was just having so much fun,
Mm.
and like there was a time where I forgot, like, oh, we're actually on opposite teams, but I found myself like cheering for the other team even while
Yes.
playing against them because like. Um, there were so many good players as well. Like playing basketball, I saw that one good basketball shot. I was like, "Wow, that was a good shot." Oh wait, they scored against us. so it's like, yeah, it's as Kevin said. You just feel that love, the unity, so much that it's not even about winning or losing anymore. The fact that you participated, that's already a victory.
Yes.
Um,
My second question is, how did you prepare for this activity, Kevin?
Um, Preparing for the Unity Games was a fun process. Yeah. I usually train or work out very often, so I was already in good shape physically. However, I didn't specifically train my skills for volleyball and badminton. Instead, I relied on my overall fitness and love for sports to help me perform during the games. But more than the physical aspect, I also prepared mentally and spiritually. I reminded myself that this event was not just about competition, but about unity and strengthening our bond as brethren. And I prayed for guidance and strength, not only for myself, but for all the participants, so that we could enjoy the experience and glorify God through our efforts. And one thing that really helped me prepare was the encouragement from our resident minister and fellow church officers. They constantly remind us that no matter the outcome was, what truly matters is that we participate with joyful heart, support one another, and uphold the true spirit of brotherhood. And that mindset gave me the confidence to just enjoy the games and appreciate the opportunity to be part of something very unique that night. Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree, Kevin. Like what you said, at the end of the day, it's a competition, so we need to prepare our bodies as well. So, preparing it enough, just enough, so we can have competitive games so
also
that
so we don't
everyone,
get injured.
yeah, we can,
Yes.
so that we can have fun, actually fun. Because if we're not physically prepared, then we're gonna be so tired that we're not gonna play anymore.
Yes.
But yeah, but the true essence of having this unity games is to be united with each other, to have this friendly competition, to strengthen the bond of the brotherhood, to inspire each and every one of us in perform our duties, and doing these activities, it strengthen our physical bodies as well, so that we can perform our duties.
And shout out to the brothers and sisters in Mjøndalen Group Worship Service. It was so nice to see them again. Like we're not that. It's around like what 2-hour drive from
Yeah.
Oslo to Mjøndalen.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
but it's still, so we're not that far apart, but it's like we have so many activities in our own, in our local congregation. So just gathering in one place, uniting all of Norway in one place for the Unity Games. It's so nice to see, because I see Kevin all the time, weekly, on a weekly basis, online, but to see him in person, that's a different feeling. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but what's your favorite moment from the Unity Games here in Norway, Kevin?
Um, there were so many amazing moments. What truly stood out for me was the being able to see and reconnect with the brethren I had met before. Having that moment to catch up, share stories, and strengthen our bond was truly special. It reminded me that the Unity Games are more than just a sports event. It's about building lasting friendships and being part of a loving brotherhood. Those moments of fellowship and connection were very, very important to me, and they made this experience even more meaningful. It was also inspiring to see brethren from different locales coming together, some traveling long distance just to be part of that event. That level of dedication and love for the church, it reminded me how important it is to participate in activities that promote faith and unity.
Yeah, I truly agree. And like I think the furthest apart, um, like in Norway, because Norway's it's a small population, but we're spread across different parts of the world. So as you said, like
The
traveling
world.
there, the effort. I mean Norway, yeah, like traveling there together in one place. You see some people not only driving, some even took the flight um, to get there to our
Mhm.
venue. It really reminded you that you really work towards one common goal, which is to
Mhm.
unite,
Yeah.
right? And then, as you said, right, building lasting friendships and strengthening the friendships that you have already, right? For example, with Brianna, it was the first time I met her. Also, although a lot of our friends in our congregation
Mm.
have already known her, it was my first time meeting her. So, you know, to meet new brethren um, in a church activity, a Christian family organizations activity. It's a special feeling, right? Speaking of Brianna, we also want to ask you the same question actually. So, what's your favorite moment from the Unity Games here in Norway?
Yeah, to answer that question, first the experiences and how I participated and played with the other brethren, which is very, very fun. And also meeting and catching up with old friends from Oslo and Oslo East. And eating in one table together with friends and the new people I met for the first time, and also meeting new kapatids from different GWS local or locals in Norway. And there's also seeing how everyone just enjoyed and had fun in the Unity games, and seeing them smile no matter what the outcome of the game is. And also winning, yeah, one of my favorite moment was winning.
That's a great bonus, winning.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations, you beat us.
But you did very well. Yes, I completely agree. I also enjoyed eating with everyone in one table.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah, it was such nice food, and we're so grateful for the food that they made for us. And thank you so much, Brianna. We also enjoyed watching you play. Actually, you're very good, and also Angela. I was cheering for them because they were so very good.
Your entire team. Shout out
For the entire
to
team,
the
yes.
women's volleyball team of
Yes.
Stavanger and Group Worship Service. That's a very, very strong team.
Mm.
I
Yes.
think they could beat all the other teams there
Mm.
that day. So shout out to all of you, Team Stavanger slash GWS.
Mm.
Good job. And also, let's go to Lysandra. What's your favorite moment from the Unity Games here in Norway?
My favorite moment from the Unity Games was probably when we were cheering in the volleyball. It didn't matter which team was playing. It's more about having fun. And so shout out to Marvic Medicalio for motivating us watchers and players.
Yes, I also enjoyed cheering for the other local congregations. For me, I enjoyed watching, even if it's not my team,
Yeah,
even if it's not our team, our congregation. It was fun to be able to support, other congregations, and I really loved watching everyone play. I just love watching Unity games and everyone participating, because it's such a, I don't know, I love the
the atmosphere.
activity and the atmosphere,
Yeah.
and everyone just bonding with one another. Yeah. What about you?
What about me?
What did you enjoy? Like your favorite moment?
Um, my favorite moment was, yeah, like I said, the eating part.
Eat. Same.
It's where we had a break with everyone just eating together, bonding,
Yeah.
um,
In a
finally
moment to just relax.
relax,
Yeah.
rest for a bit to again compete.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, speaking about favorite moments, right? There are moments that we really cherish, but with all life experiences as well, there are many lessons that we can take from the moment that we're in. So, I want to ask David, what's one of the greatest lessons that you've learned after participating in the Unity Games?
Being a part of the organizing team served as a great lesson to make sacrifices for the honor of our Almighty God. Of course, throughout the preparation of the activity, like me, Kevin, and Lysandra had to name a few, planning and sorting things out resulted in many sacrifices being made. We had, for example, many meetings. And we also had to prepare in detail every aspect of the Unity games. But in the end, after seeing the joy in the brethren's face, we all learned a great lesson. A lesson that all sacrifices in the making of the church activities will always be worth it at the end, as we were able to fulfill what our Almighty God instructed us to do.
Yes, beautifully said, David. All our sacrifices will not go to vain, because God will always be happy with us, and because we participated in all the church activities. What about you, Kevin? What's one of the greatest lessons you've learned after participating in the Unity Games?
One of the greatest I've learned from the Unity Games is true meaning of unity and sportsmanship. Through this event, I realized that success isn't just about winning medals or bringing trophies home. It's about strengthening our faith, our friendship, and our dedication to participating in church activities. And I also learned that teamwork is not just about working together in a game, but also about supporting and uplifting one another in everything we do. There were moments during the games when I felt a little bit pressured, yes, but seeing my fellow brethren cheer one another, that gave me strength and motivation. It was a reminder that in life we are never alone. We have our brothers and sisters around us. And most importantly, we have our Almighty God who is always there to guide us and strengthen us. So the Unity Games also taught me the importance of discipline, perseverance, and humility. Whether we win or lose, what matters the most is that we give our best and always strive to improve ourselves, not just in sports, but in all aspects of life, especially inside the Church of Christ.
Yes, Kevin, very well said. During it is in the Unity Games activities where we can truly see the true meaning of teamwork and unity inside the Church of Christ. So we also want to ask Brianna, the same question. Or what's one of the greatest lessons you've learned after participating in the Unity Games?
So the greatest lessons I've learned after I participated in the Unity Games is understanding the purpose of the activity. And the purpose is to unite, bond, and edify our faith in God. And our spiritual focus, which is including prayers and reflections to focus on the purpose of the activity also. And there we can also, like what Kevin said, teamwork and communication, communicating together as a team, not just to win but to also support each other. And the respect for others is also needed in the activity, since everyone is encouraged to show respect to each other. And last but not the least was the friendly competition, and that is just to enjoy and cherish every moment and build unity with each other, not just to win and be the best.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that, Brianna. And it's so inspiring, right? Activities like these, especially the Unity games, that's really where you see the word teamwork be put into action. And it's, as also David mentioned, not only when you're playing, but in fact, just preparing for the event itself, teamwork is already being implemented there. The organizers meeting, making the different committees, right? So, how about Lissandra? What's one of the the greatest lessons you've learned from participating in those in the Unity games?
One of the greatest lessons I learned is that, like what everyone said, teamwork, it is important, from players down to the organizers. And also, teamwork and communication made the activity successful. And yeah.
Yes, I completely agree. Um, to be honest, being part of the Unity Games, it's a very special activity. It doesn't happen often. It happens once in a while, and it's really nice to be able to do what you love. I know a lot of brethren love sports, so they do what they love, but while also being able to bond with one another and strengthening your faith.
Yes, and then speaking of church activities, right? Unity Games is it's just the tip of the iceberg. We have so many more activities inside the Church of Christ. One of which I actually want to present right now. We had an activity in the district. It's called the Audio Recording and Mixing Seminar. So we have some photos to show there as well. So yeah, as you can see, the brethren from the District of Northern Europe held an audio recording and mixing seminar activity where they were taught the basics of audio mixing. And there, the brethren showed their enthusiasm in the activity by listening and asking questions regarding proper equipment and also the proper recording process, right? So this activity helped the brethren learn the basics of audio mixing, which they can use in participating in different activities, both in their local congregation and also there in the district and many more church endeavors. But actually, if you you can see from the picture, you might see lots of picture from me because I was fortunate enough to be the resource person there. Yeah, I've always had a passion for music and recording, so through the hobby and also many projects that the church has allowed us to have musically, I was able to learn much, and I wanted to share that with all the brethren, and they were so happy with that as well. Like they had so many questions, and that made me happy as well. So perhaps that could spark a new interest or a hobby for them. But again, to the viewers and listeners, especially to those who are not members inside the Church of Christ, you might be wondering, how come we have so many activities, and how come they're so unique? And if you want to learn more, and I'm sure you might be curious, just having these kinds of seminar, the Unity Games, right? Please make sure to check in with the closest local congregation in your area. You may check them out, our different social media sites like incmedia.org. And you might be watching this right now through our YouTube channel, INCRadio DZM 954. Please remember to subscribe, right? So you can see more of our program. So it's we're so fortunate, right? We're so blessed that we're able to have this platform. We were able to have activities such as these, and we're able to have so many nice brethren with us. So many friendships being formed through those activities. So if you're curious, check it out. Check out our different sites. But with that, we speaking of radio broadcast, I think we're running short on time, but we really want to continue in this more. So make sure to continue checking out our episodes weekly. But before that, we want to give a huge shout out to our guests, the panelists with us here today. So we'll let them have their round of shout outs. So let's start with David. Do you have any shout outs? Anyone you want to greet?
Firstly, shout out to my family in Canada, Australia, in the Philippines, and also here in Norway. Also, shout out to all the members here in Oslo East and all the Binhi members in the district of Northern Europe. At last, shout out to our ministers in our district, Caro del Malyara, our minister here in Oslo East. Also, shout out to our CFO overseer in our district, Ka Oliver Nugget, and our assistant district supervising minister, Ka Jake Edick, and also to our district minister, Kavisar Balsita. Thank you for having me today in INCRadio.
And thank you so much for always joining us, David. Lysandra, do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to my family here in Norway and in the Philippines. Shout out to the brethren in Mjøndalen and the GWS in Norway. And also shout out to our resident minister, Brother Oliver Nugget, and his family. Thank you for having me, Paul.
Thank you so much for joining us. Brianna, do you have any shout outs?
To the local congregation of Stavanger, and to our local minister, Kapalo Guarin, and his family, Marla and Tito Marjolaine, and to our district minister, Kavizar Bosita, and friends from Central Europe, and friends from Oslo and Oslo East, Romina, Ate Chloe, and there's so much to say, but like everyone there. And yeah, thanks for having me, everyone.
And thank you so much for joining, and we hope to see you all again. Last but not least, Kevin, do you have any shout outs?
I just want to give a special shout out to some very important people in my life. First, to my loving wife, Rian, and to my two amazing boys, Leo and Jakob. Thank you for always supporting me. Shout out as well to our dedicated resident minister, Brother Oliver Nugget, and to all brethren in Mjøndalen, GWS, Norway. Thank you for your love, unity, and dedication to serving our Almighty God. And also a big shout out to our beloved district minister, Brother Bizarre Balsita. Thank you for your leadership and guidance and strengthening our faith. And lastly, of course, a very special shout out to my dear Lola Gunga, who is watching this right now, I believe. 96 years young and still full of wisdom and love, active. We love you, Lola. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Oh wow! Thank you so much, Kevin. It's so nice to have you here with us, and I hope we can see you here again on INCRadio to listen to you more and impart your wisdom, especially as a teacher in the children's worship service. Thank you so much for your dedication as well, and thank you for the friendship that we have. Right. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we want to thank all our guests, our viewers and listeners. We want to thank our technicians in the Philippines helping us here right now, Kuya Pong and Kuya Irene. And thank you so much. And thank you to our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for having INCRadio programs such as this. And to Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our CEBSI president and CEO. and also Christian Family Organizations Coordinator, to Brother Montreville Boy, our INC Media Productions Section Chief, and to Brother Wally Taray, our INC Radio subsection chief. And also a huge shout out to Sister Desta Senas, our executive producer, who's always with us here right now, actually, on our broadcast.
And of course, we also would like to greet our Brother Bizarre Balsita, District Supervising Minister, Brother Jake Edick, Assistant District Supervising Minister.
Oh, and also Brother Jake Edick, Assistant District Supervising Minister, and also to Brother Oliver Nugget, our District CFO Overseer. And for my personal greetings, I would like to greet Mama and Papa, the UK, and also Jonah, also to Mommy and Daddy. Yeah. And also to my brothers.
Yes, I say the same thing. And also Salazar family, Santos family, everyone in Oslo East and Oslo. And thank you to everyone watching. Also, Mika. Hello, Mika. I know she's watching. Oh, and Felix and Chloe.
And Therese, Dominic, and just shout out to everyone who tunes in weekly on INC Radio Northern Europe Satellite Studio. We thank you so much for always taking your time to tune in to our programs. Make sure to keep tuning in every Sundays at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central European Time. That is back there in the Philippines. For reference, that is every Monday at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Philippine time. So once again, this has been INC Radio Northern Europe Satellite Studio, and we hope to see you all again next week. Good morning, good afternoon, good kveld, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you will be watching, we'll see you again on INC Radio. Bye-bye.
In the Bible it was proclaimed it would be hard to be a Christian in the